Okay, we're here at the planet with Kouji Kobayashi, who has just gotten first place, playing through 8 rounds, including Swiss and a top 8 elimination, with using his standard deck. This is standard. So Kouji, why don't you tell us what your deck is and what it does?
This is Jump Reanimator, so it's green, white, black Reanimator. Basically, the whole concept behind this deck is you're trying to mill yourself and fill your graveyard with creatures, and then you're going to try to cast the creatures from your graveyard. And the main card for this deck is Burial Rites, which allows you to return the creature from your graveyard into play. The cards that are going to accelerate your graveyard is Mulch and also Grizzly Salvage. Basically, they'll allow you to mill the top 4 cards of your library, put it into your graveyard. The great thing about Grizzly Salvage is it's an instant, so you can cast it anytime you want.
So that works well with cards like Abrupt Decay, other instant speed spells.
Right, and the whole concept is you want to fill your graveyard with, the bigger creatures, Thragtusk, Angel, Creative Behemoth, and Obsidot, and you want to flash it back into play. And it's basically turn 4, if you get a really good setup, you play a land, play an Arbor Elf or Avacyn Pilgrim, and turn 2 you do Mulch and Grizzly Salvage. If you Grizzly Salvage to, say, Burial Rites, Angel Serenity, you have turn 4 Angel Serenity and you can wipe out someone's board, so it's a really good deck.
A Deathrite Shaman as well.
Just one of, just in case you come into a weird situation. It works well too because when you're filling your graveyard up, you can go with plants, so you can get any mana. Against any other decks, I just like having the one of. Against Escort Control, American Control, Mirror, anything that has graveyard manipulation helps.
So in your deck, it's almost kind of like a Bird of Paradise, as well as Graveyard Disruption.
Right. But I modified mine to kind of beat the aggro. I'm running 3 Lingering Souls, 2 Sandar Healers for extra life gain, 3 Restoration Angels. Another huge concept in this deck is Restoration Angel, Centaur Healer, Thragtusk. It's pretty amazing.
They kind of work by themselves even without reanimating them, right?
Right. Even Restoration Angel Behemoth was a game winner for me. It's pretty insane. But yeah, and the other thing I really like about this deck is the 2 Gavany Townships. I won a game just with Lingering Souls and Gavany Townships. I mean, it's amazing.
That's the combo. Crater Hoof, Lingering Souls. That's the combo, and then Gavany Township.
Just Gavany Township, yeah. I killed someone turn 5 actually.
Oh, just Gavany Township and Lingering Souls tokens can get there.
Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. The deck's pretty resilient, you can gain life. Also, the sideboard you can actually go into more of a control matchup. Usually against the control decks, I end up bringing in Acidic Slimes. Again, Acidic Slime and Restoration Angel is really amazing. It's pretty much 2 lands you can destroy every turn. I also brought in Liliana's. Getting a turn 2 Liliana against any control deck is really amazing. You're going to make them discard their hand. The other interesting thing I brought in was Divine Reckoning. It's basically kind of Wrath of God, but you keep 1 creature. Against the Naya Blitz deck, someone played their whole hand out turn 3, and I Divine Reckoning turn 3 with the Pilgrim. And it was a pretty sick kill. Yeah. And just extra Deathrite Shamans, a couple more Decays, mainly against Rest in Peace, also a Ray of Revelation. But overall, I really like the deck. It's kind of, you play out, either you can be really aggressive or you can just be a control deck. So.
Do you ever side out your reanimation?
I tend to. If I feel that they're going to start being more graveyard heavy, then I'll switch into the more of approach of going full control. So I'll do something like I'll throw out Mulches, a couple of Burial Rites, throw in Liliana's, Acidic Slimes. I personally like Grizzly Salvage because in the late game, the 5 cards you can get from it, it's amazing. Compared to Mulch.
Just a good draw spell, right?
It can get you a creature that's going to win you the game. So it's really interesting. But
how about Lotless Troll?
Lotless Troll is great overall. If you need to, you can pitch a creature to it. And so you can do something like turn 4 or 5, pitch a creature, pitch Angel Serenity, and then Burial writes it back into play. And also gives Lot Troll a +1/+1 counter. So it's a pretty good card.
It's cheap, tough blocker.
Yeah, I personally feel like maybe I should have gone up to 3.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so good against Supreme Verdict, Jun. I mean, there's nothing really that can remove a creature from the game.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good card.
Okay, was there anything else you wanted to say about your deck?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, one more question for your deck.
Yes.
How many languages do you have in your deck?
Looks like I have Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and French.
So on top of English, that's 5 languages?
5 languages, yeah.
Pretty cool. Okay, thanks, Kouji.
All right.